Sun is rising, feel the warmth on my face. There's a lot to do now, but there ain't no race. I sip my coffee, I'm feeling fine. No need to work yet, I'm gonna take my time. It's a brand new day, gotta take it on my way, gotta take it on my way. It's a brand new day, gotta take it on my way, gotta take it on my way. Take a look out my window, see the birds in the trees. Their songs inspire me to sing a sweet melody. How do they do it? Not a care and so free. Wanna step into their world. Who holds the key? It's a brand new.
That was a camera test. Colours of Melbourne was a camera test done by Noel Evans. Noel's been a moderator on DVX User for 10 years. 10 years? Since started, so yeah, quite a while. Noel's been shooting forever and turned it into a full-time career and directing back in 2000. Spent 5 years in Japan and a couple of years in the Gold Coast and now calls Melbourne home again. Noel and I were having a chat just prior to Christmas, and I had a Vericam kicking around over Christmas, and he said, I've got 3 projects I really want to do with them as camera tests, and I'm really glad we did, because it was a fantastic learning experience for me. I wasn't a whole lot of help to him. The camera was still new to me back then, so you guys, you made this happen. It wasn't anything that I did. So look, I'll get Noel up here to talk to you about Colours of Melbourne. Thanks, Noel.
Sorry about that. So, as Rob explained, Colours of Melbourne, that's not my picture, Rob. So, as Rob explained, Colours of Melbourne was just an opportunity to take, because of the ISO 5000 that I'd seen, and I just wanted to take it out and really push the shit out of it, more or less, and say, hey, does this really work? And because I'd seen some stuff online, I'd actually played with it in a little setup like this, and where we're looking out a window, right, Rob, that Panasonic thing here, and I thought, right, how well will this work if I push it? So what you see here is a graded piece. What we did on the day is use natural street light. So what I did was compose the shot so we were using like a street light as a key, and where we had some similar colours in the back and the front, I used a little light panel like this just to give separation. I've got Con at the back and a couple of crew members here that can verify that. So that's basically the approach. And the first couple of shots you'll see, these are in Hosier Lane. Basically, they were shot at ISO 800. That was just our start point. We shot it on a split and went to 2:30 in the morning or something like that. And everything else is 5000. Now the key things to know here is when we graded it, there was no noise reduction applied anywhere. So it is what it was. So you can see, especially that big Balti Bridge shot that we had, you know, it goes from bright lights all the way down to some deep dark shadows, and a lot sitting in that noise range. In any other camera, there's a lot of the image that's sitting in the noise range. There's some people having fun in the back of a car.
Travelling.
So, so we had a lot of image in that noise area, and as you saw, there was just no kind of audible, recognisable noise there at all. So now, as Rob said as well, we watched that on a 40-foot 4K screen the other day, and there was still no noise. But once the process is, we all sit there on our computer screens anyway, and we do this. Look, there's a bit of noise there. There's a bit of noise there. The reality in life is, once you've gone through grade, and you put it on a 4K projector right back there, and then it's got to travel through all this air and gas and stuff and get to there. Even most noise is killed anyway. So, so it was pleasing to see a noise pattern that, when you look at it on a large projection screen, has just a nice appearance, and it doesn't dance around because, as I said, it goes through this process. But what you're left with is this nice, nice emotion in across your image. Especially if you saw that shot where she's walking around the stairs. Now I know, in that yellow light that we had, that if I watched it on this 4K monitor here, I could see some noise. But what you're left with at the end of the day is this really nice, nice emotion in your background. So that was fantastic. What else did I want to say?
A lot of time was spent by the crew looking at the pictures, and
Yeah,
the crew should have been more productive, but there was a lot of peering at the camera and the monitor.
yeah, this is true. What I mean, the entire I had the camera for a couple of days prior to this, so I'd had a bit of a look, but pretty much every crew member here was the first time working with a Vericam, and we did do a lot of this backing up behind the screen just to try and have a look at what was going on, because I'm pretty sure everyone will agree we were quite impressed at what we were getting out of it at the time. So I was like, really? Wow, great, fantastic. This little location here, looks like there's a lot of light in this still image, but these lights are really quite dim. They were quite dim, and 5000 was the only way you could actually expose this shot at all to get any of that. And if we skip past this next one, to bring up her facial exposure looking at this blank wall was a bit too low, so we used one of these little 1x1 units, Detto units, and just pointed it at the menu, and that was our key light. So, what's that, sorry? Yeah, and we also had, at one point, Hayley here, standing right back in this area here. Is she? Oh, there you can see Hayley here, just bringing up this little bit of light with a little hair with a torch. And actually, the torch came up a little green, so I had to grade that up. But still, it was very, very simple to grade it out and have it looking nice. So, and when you see this shot on the actual piece, you've got this, what ended up as this really beautiful contrast between this kind of blue, a little kind of natural looking green in the back, and we had this key light and some other lights that were more tungsten. So very simply, we're able to achieve beautiful contrast and also beautiful, probably something I think fewer people think about, but very important, is color contrast. So that was, and the same thing here. We had these kind of lot of kind of daylight balancey kind of lights, and you can see this, Flinders Street Station sitting well in the sodium vapor kind of tungsten area, and again gives you color contrast, and you can see even from this still image there's a lot of contrast happening because this side of the street's brighter because there's trees and it's all bouncing around and closer to the buildings, whereas this is a bit more, the lights here are a bit more open, so did a similar thing. So there's Con, he's pretty happy with his MyKey card, and
trying to recharge it off the camera.
Yeah, is that what he was doing?
Yeah, I think so.
Really? Well, that's just odd. Anyway, but I think, look, we had a lot of fun putting this together. It was great to be, I'm not sure when people came on, but it would have been the week or 2 weeks before. And then Brianna, the girl in this shot here, came on the day before. So it was all pretty quick. And Abby, the other girl, this girl, she'd signed up to me straight away because I knew her from Queensland, so she was on board immediately, and I knew she was quite good. But so I kind of ran a little bit of a risk with different people and stuff, but it all paid out. We had some great crew, and Haley and Aldi here, and we were very lucky insofar as we were very well supported by Rob at Panasonic, who was gracious enough to let us use the camera. We're also very lucky because Lemac came on board, gave us a set of Cooke S4s for this, and some peripheral gear, and Videocraft supplied us with some big output batteries to keep us going through our shoots. So I really need to thank those guys a lot for helping me make this happen. Another point I'd like to make at 5,000 ISO shooting this, we were generally around T4, so we were really giving our focus puller there a good chance of getting focus. So that was really important, doing shooting it, because as you can see, there were some parts that were lit, but then other parts there was still quite deep in the shadows. So we had to make sure we can get focus right through this from the start of the shot to the end. And everyone who was on that shoot knows that we didn't do many takes because the focus pulling was off. So it was great. So there you can see the Cooke S4s from Lemac. And again, this is at 2 o'clock in the morning. This is at 2 o'clock in the morning. We're still crowding around that.
No enthusiasm was lost.
Yeah, right. It was pretty much from start to finish. Let's have a look. It's great, isn't it? Yeah. So lots of kind of wowy stuff going on the night, because even though I'd had the camera for a couple of days, I kind of run around the backyard chasing the kids, and just to kind of get a look at Vlog and what it was. So that's all I really did for the first couple of days, was looking at Vlog and where things are kind of being placed, so I knew how to expose on the day. And interestingly enough, I found, while Con had a different user experience because he's very much a waveform man, I found that I could really stick to my light meter and get things exactly where I wanted them. So that was fantastic to have that predictability with the light meter, and I didn't have time to calibrate it, but it was giving me almost spot on readings. So I'm not sure if that's part of the way it was designed, Tucker, but my readings were all pretty close all the time. So from that point, I was able to do like I've got another piece, but I was able to pick my contrast ratios really easy, bang, bang, bang. And thanks to Aldi for bringing his light meter that night when it was stuck in my car that had gone to Phillip Island. Right. So anyway, we all got through that. But that's pretty much it. Has anyone got any questions I'd like to ask about shooting or user experience with the VariCam? Anyway, that's it. Shoot a black cat. They're all off the black cat.
Do you have a black cat at home? Oh, well, okay, they're done.
You should have brought it in your bag. Or chuck it up in front of the candle. You can see our candle set up over there, so yeah. But that's it. I'll hand you back to Rob now. Right. So thank you guys.
Noel, thank you very much.